Do you want to raise your vibration without spending hundreds of hours in meditation? Good, because in this video, I am going to teach you 5 different mindfulness techniques that will help you to do just that. Now, before we dive in, I want to take a moment to introduce myself in case you're new to my channel. My name is Nicole Antoinette, and I'm a psychic medium. Here on this channel, I teach people how to accept, embrace, and enhance their own spiritual and psychic abilities. And one of the ways that you can do that is, of course, through meditation. But what if you don't like meditating? What if your mind wanders every time you sit down and close your eyes? Or what if you feel as if you're doing nothing? What if it just feels like a waste of time? Thankfully, meditation is not the only way for you to expand your energy, clear your mind, and open yourself up to your psychic gifts and psychic abilities. So let's go ahead and dive in to 5 different mindfulness techniques that I believe are really going to help you to feel better about yourself, to get centered, and to open up your mind and your energy so you can receive psychic impressions. Now, the very first on the list is candle gazing. This happens to be one of my favorites. I don't know about you, but when I take the time to just sit down and watch the flame of a candle dance and burn, I find myself going into a sort of hypnotic trance. I start to feel very relaxed, I feel very light, and there's just this wonderful energy and presence and feeling that comes over me. Candle gazing is very simple. What you need is, of course, a candle, a way to light the candle, and you will need a comfortable, dimly lit room. Now, the reason I recommend a dimly lit room and not a completely dark room is because when the candle burns out, I don't want you bumping into things, right? That's not what we're looking for. So a room that is dimly lit is going to be perfect. You're going to get nice and comfortable. You're going to sit in a position that feels great for you. You're going to place your candle in front of you on a steady surface, and you're simply going to light it and you're going to gaze at the flame. And as you're gazing, you want to be mindful of the way that you're breathing. So I would recommend that as you're watching this candle, you would take a nice big breath in and a big breath out, and allow your breaths to be big and deep. Allow your exhales to be pretty big as well. Now, of course, you want to be sitting away from your candle at a good distance so that as you're breathing, you are not blowing out the candle, right? We don't want that. So just take a few moments to practice this and see how it feels for you. As you're watching the candle, notice the different colors in the flame. Notice the way that the flame is burning. Is it a high flame? Is it lower? Is it a strong flame? Does it seem weaker? What type of smoke, if any, is the flame giving off? Is it a black smoke? Is it a white smoke? Just take some time noticing everything you can about the candle, the way that it's burning, and of course the flame. And you don't have to do this for too long. I know some people will say, do I have to do this until the flame burns out completely or the candle burns out completely? Not at all. Do this for just a few moments every day and see how it feels for you. Number 2 on the list is breath work. And it's exactly what it sounds like. It's practicing and getting in tuned with different ways of breathing. So the first one that I want to introduce you to is very simple, and it's one of my favorites. It's where you simply inhale for a count of 4, hold for a count of 4, and you exhale to a count of 6. And then you repeat the cycle. Let's go ahead and do that together. So breathing in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now breathe normally. That's it. That is one cycle of breath. And so you would continue to do this for a short while until you can feel your body just kind of reset, until you feel yourself comfortable in your body and you just feel this sense of, I want to say, serenity take place inside of you. Another form of breathing that I find to be very helpful is a form of pranayama. Now, pranayama is an Indian practice that allows you to breathe 7 different ways to bring balance to the body. And the one that I'm going to show you is believed to balance out both the left and right hemispheres of the brain. So this can be very powerful during those times when you're feeling stressed and anxious and you need something quick to help calm you down. Try this form of breath work, try this pranayama practice and see if it works for you. So first you're going to take your hand and you're going to do the this would be a Hawaiian sign language, but it's also like a server. What's up, dude? Remember that in the 80s? Yeah, neither do I. I'm too young to remember anything in the 80s. So you're going to take your fingers like this. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your thumb and you're going to plug the right side of your nose and you're going to breathe in through the left. Then you're going to take your pinky and you're going to plug the left side and release the right side and breathe through the right nostril. Then you're going to breathe in through the right nostril, plug with the thumb, release with the pinky, and breathe out through the left nostril. And then breathe in through the left nostril, pinch, release, breathe out, breathe in, pinch, release, breathe out, breathe in. Got it? So it can take some practice. Take your time with this when you're first learning this. And if it doesn't feel comfortable for you, then don't do it. But if you do start to notice that it helps you to really focus on your breath, that it helps you to get into your body and you can feel your energy expanding and you can feel balance starting to take place in your body, in your mind, in your energy, then this is a wonderful practice for you. One thing I want to add is when we were doing the 4 count in, 4 count hold, 6 count out, that's just the cycle that I prefer. That's the length of the hold, the release, and the inhale that I prefer. Feel free to play around with that. You might find that you like to inhale for a count of 6, hold for a count of 4, and exhale to a count of 8. So play with that and see what feels best for you. Third on the list is going for a mindfulness walk. Now there's different ways that you can do this. So yes, it would be going for a walk, preferably out in nature, but it can be in your neighborhood or really anywhere. And as you are walking, pay attention to everything around you. So you might want to first pay attention to how it feels to be walking outside. Notice how your legs feel with each stride. Notice how it feels when your left leg moves forward and your foot hits the ground. Notice how it feels when your right leg moves forward and your right foot hits the ground. Notice how all of those muscles are working together. You may want to put your attention on your shoulders and your arms and notice how it feels when your arms are swinging organically on their own as you're walking. Pay attention to the way that the air feels and try not to judge it. Don't say to yourself, oh, it's too cold and oh, it's too hot and it's sticky outside. You may just say, oh, it's warm out. Oh, it's cold out. Oh, it's a little humid. Oh, it's a little dry. Oh, it's raining. How wet it got all of a sudden. So you can observe without judging. You can also play a little game that I just call it the colored game because what I do is I will choose a color before I go out for a walk. So it could be red, yellow, blue, green. So I'll focus on one color. So let's say that the color is green. So as I go along my walk, I start looking for all of the things that are green. And of course, there's going to be the typical things like grass and trees, but you're going to start finding other things that you hadn't noticed before. Like maybe there's a really interesting sign in someone's yard that you never paid attention to before. You might notice that someone's house has a bright green door on it. If you are doing this in a shopping center, you might notice a sign or a new store with a cool logo that you've walked by a million times and never paid attention to. So this can be a really fun game because when you choose a color, that color starts to stand out to you and you notice things that you've never noticed before. And if you happen to be walking with someone else, you can make a game out of this, which is something that I've done several times. So I'll be walking with someone, we come up with a color and we both start looking for that color in our neighborhood, in the shopping center, wherever we are. And Ideally, the person who sees the most colors, the most things that are that color would win. But the reality is, every time I've done this game with someone, we've never kept count. We've never kept count. We've just noticed all the fun different things we hadn't noticed before, and it can be a whole lot of fun. Now, those of you who are artistic are going to love this fourth method because it involves drawing and coloring and painting. So in this method, all you're going to do is feel the connection that you have to your paintbrush, to your Apple pencil, to your stylus, to your crayon, to your marker, to your pencil. Whatever it is that you are choosing to color with or to create with, really feel the connection between you and that tool, and feel the connection that you have as you are creating something beautiful on a blank canvas. Now, I find one of the best ways to use drawing and coloring and painting as a form of mindfulness is to simply doodle, is to just get your pen or your paint or whatever it is and just allow your hand to do whatever it wants. Try not to get caught up in any form of perfection. Don't think to yourself that the colors need to be perfect. Don't think to yourself that you need to stay within the lines or that you have to create some type of masterpiece. It's not about that. It's about connecting to the page, connecting to your soul, connecting to the colors. So if a certain color jumps out at you, pops out at you, and you want to use it, but it doesn't match the color that you've already started using on the canvas, don't worry about it. Reach for that color anyway. And notice if the shape that you create with that color starts to speak to you. Notice if the different colors start to bring out different emotions or memories or impressions for you. Remember, this form of mindfulness is about setting your mind free. You are not trying to be a blank slate. You're not trying to clear your mind. You're allowing yourself to feel. You're allowing yourself to be creative. You're allowing yourself to go with whatever feels right for you. The very last tip that I have for you is to practice yoga or stretching. Now, yoga is a wonderful practice for so many people because it has numerous health benefits, but it can also be very gentle on the body. Now, I know that we've all seen yoga poses that look extremely intimidating, right? So if that's something you're not comfortable with, don't do that. Yoga is really about balancing the breath with the body. It's about opening up your spirit to the universe, focusing on your breath, and challenging your body to move in different positions that allow you to get the most out of your breath work. And in doing so, you will notice that your flexibility can increase, different pains can start to go away. And as you challenge yourself in your yoga practice just a little bit each day, you will find that your self-esteem and your confidence can start to build up. You will find that you're able to hold different stretches longer and longer. And you'll start to find that you can feel really comfortable in your body. And as you feel comfortable in your body and as you feel comfortable in your breath, you can start to feel yourself absorbing universal energy. You may start to feel your own energy expand. And again, this is the type of primer that you need to be able to absorb good psychic impressions, good spiritual information from the ether, from the universe. So I do think that yoga is a great practice for everyone. And if you're intimidated by the word yoga, then just practice some light stretching, because even with stretching, even something as simple as this while you're breathing, it gets you into your body. It can get you out of your mind. And even if you don't feel completely expanded in that moment, even if you don't feel as if you've quieted your mind as much as you can, you've still taken a baby step towards stretching your body, getting into your breath work. And that can be the foundation for using stretching and using yoga as a way to open your energy. So start small if you need to, right? No one is telling you that all of these methods are going to be awe-inspiring or get you huge results overnight. Just like anything in life, these things take practice. And the more you build on it, the easier it's going to get for you, the better it's going to be for you. Now, I hope this video was helpful to you. If it was, please remember to give it a thumb up. Let YouTube know that you like it. And if you are someone who would love to expand on your psychic gifts, on your psychic abilities, if you would like to take classes with me and with other psychic teachers, with other spiritual leaders, check out my Psychic Gym. The Psychic Gym is a membership that allows you to get access to all of my online courses. You get access to a Facebook group with other psychics just like you, and there are also classes and workshops that you get to attend via Zoom that help you to expand on your own psychic abilities so you can enhance your clairvoyance, your clairaudience. We're going to be practicing mediumship soon in the group. I'm really excited about that. We've talked about auras, we've worked with auras. So if that's something you're interested in, again, check out the link to the Psychic Gym, and I think it's going to be a wonderful place for you as it helps you to set a good foundation in your psychic journey, and it also gives you the opportunity to work with other growing psychics as well. So be sure that you check that out. Now also over to the side are some videos that me and YouTube happen to think you're gonna like, so be sure that you check those out as well, and I will see you in the next video.